I'm Jacob from the Sustainably Homestead, and today I'm going to be harvesting and storing some elephant garlic scapes. We have a couple of clumps of elephant garlic growing in our yard here. And I've already moved a whole bunch of that stuff, like almost 200 plants out to the food forest. So we have a whole bunch of elephant garlic. And some of the stuff that we have up here by the house has begun to shoot up as little scapes. Scapes are these long stalks that shoot up from plants like onions and garlic, and at the very tip of the stalk, that's where the flower is going to form. Now this elephant garlic makes these huge, fluffy, kind of light purple flowers. They're really pretty. They attract pollinators like bumblebees and things like that. I remember last summer, sometimes during the evening, you would find bumblebees sleeping on the flowers. I didn't know bees slept, so it was kind of cool to see. But by leaving those scapes to flower, what I'm doing is I'm taking a lot of energy away from bulb production in the plant. And really for garlic, that's what you're after, right? For the most part is the bulb. And something that I've recently learned about these garlic and onion scapes is that they're edible. So I tried some yesterday. We did a little taste test. I sauteed them in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and it was delicious. So I've decided to do a little bit of an experiment. We've got about 22 of these elephant garlic scapes between the two clumps that we have here, and I think I'm going to harvest, I don't know, probably about 15 of them, and we're going to let the rest of them flower out. And at the end of the season, when I dig all of this stuff up, I would like to compare the bulb size between the plants that I harvested the scapes from versus the plants that I let go ahead and flower. And we'll see if there's any big difference there. To harvest these, what I guess I'm gonna do, I've never done this before, but I'm gonna come down to about this point where the leaves begin, and I'm just gonna snap that off of there. And there we have a garlic scape, elephant garlic scape. Here we have our garlic scapes, and I still left plenty of them to go to flower. I tried to leave some of the larger ones, or the ones that looked like they were closest to popping open, and I harvested some of the smaller ones. So now I'm going to take these things in and get them cleaned up and cut up and put into the freezer. They were delicious just by themselves, sauteed a little bit, but I want to keep them in the freezer until our garden starts to produce some green beans and some squash and things like that. That way I can, my plan is to make some pre-made stir-fry bags and put that stuff in the freezer, and then we'll have some easy meals just to throw on in a skillet later on in the year. And garlic scapes are going to make a wonderful addition to that stir fry. Okay, so I've got these things washed up and I've brought them back outside. I'm going to cut them out here because the lighting is better. So what I'm going to do, first thing I want to do is cut the flower end off. Not because they're not any good, but I want to keep these separate because when I tried these last night, this was the best part. It was awesome. So I'm going to cut these off and I'm going to store them separately. I was a little hesitant to try them because on the inside, of course, it's got all those little flower or little florets or whatever they are. And I didn't know what it was going to taste like. I didn't know what the texture was going to be. But after I sauteed them, it was a, man, kind of a buttery texture. They were amazing. And I'm just going to put these in a little snack size freezer bag. And now I'm going to kind of chop these up into some, I don't know, My plan is to mix these in with some stir-fry mix. So I'm gonna cut them into pieces probably about like that. Maybe a little smaller. We're getting into some of the spots where the stems are a little thicker, so I'm gonna cut them a little smaller now. These are gonna go in, well, this is a gallon-sized bag. I probably could have gone a step down, but all we had were the gallon and the snack size, so. Apparently, all I really have to do is put these things in the freezer, no blanching required or anything like that. If you haven't tried these elephant garlic scapes, I definitely recommend them. To me, it was kind of a light blend of garlic and onion. The way that I had them sauteed, the stalks, they had the texture of almost like asparagus, but with, like I said, that light garlic onion blended flavor. And the flower tips were probably the best part. The little florets on the inside, once you have them sauteed or cooked or whatever, they almost just melt in your mouth. The whole thing is just bursting with flavor, and I really cannot recommend them enough. I wasn't even going to harvest mine. Like I said, I was just going to let it go to flower because I like the flowers. But after I tasted them, that was the game changer. That changed my mind really quickly. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've convinced you to try yourself some elephant garlic scapes because they are super yummy. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel. And if you would like to follow along as we try and turn our home into a homestead, then be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when to be back for more daily, sustainable living.